Brilliant. Thanks for joining me, Jay. And, well, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, I'm good.
Good, good. So, after our last chat, I'm struggling to think where to start with you. Um, so, I mean, just begin how you'd like.
Okay, so I'm a songwriter
Hmm.
running the songwriting company, and it feels like my main aim in life is to make people cry. If
And are you being successful at that?
it seems so, yeah. It seems I seem to have a knack of writing songs that make people cry,
Brilliant.
which is, a good thing. It's good to cry. It's good to get these emotions out in
Yeah.
whatever way you can.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, where are you based? Just for people, let's give a bit of background. Who is Jay Stansfield?
Okay, so I'm based in Nelson currently.
And about to move house.
About to move out of Nelson. I've lived in Nelson for 38 years, and I'm 38. So
That would be all your life,
that's
then.
right. So it'll be nice for the change, really, just to move up. It feels, in life,
Yeah.
finally. And I've been writing songs since I was 7. I got a keyboard when I was 7.
Yeah,
First thing I did was write a song
yeah.
on there.
So that's where you're at now. Songwriting, I guess, for people in your community and small startups and things like that.
Yeah.
What's led you there? How have you got there? What's the journey from start writing a song at 7 to becoming, right, I'm going to make people cry within my community and make a business from it?
Okay, so when I was 14 at school, well, no, actually, I was younger, actually, about first year, second year, high school, I met my friend Carl Eden, and we both had a shared love of the Beatles. He had a guitar, I had a keyboard, so we got together and thought, well, let's just jam some Beatles tunes together. So we used to go to his house and muck about and, just jam around with our instruments and see what we could do, have fun with music. And my other friend, Mark, was learning drums, so Carl had a drum kit, so he just jumped on there. We came up with Bingo Rave, because we've been listening to 2 Unlimited, and I had this orchestra hit sound on my Yamaha PSS 480. That's super nerdy, isn't it, remembering that? I love keyboards.
I noticed you've got 4 in your studio.
Yeah, I do, yeah. I love keyboards. Don't play them in my band. But anyway, so we did this Bingo Rave, and then it just slowly evolved into a band, We started playing our own original stuff. We got my cousin Warren in on bass, so we had a full band, really.
Yeah.
And last day of school, we did a gig in the school hall, charged people 50p to get in. And
always the business mind.
And there you go, you see, that's where it started. We charged people to get in, thinking that, the school would take it, because obviously school funds and everything, and the head teacher let us have it.
There you go, that's
so
all right.
we played at school and got paid for it.
Excellent.
So that's all right, isn't it?
I wonder if academies would do that these days.
Well, let's hope they will. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, let's put that out there. Maybe they should. Maybe we should start these young entrepreneurs.
Put gigs on.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, they're all about sustainability and
Yeah.
entrepreneurship and stuff. So, yeah. So that's kind of where it started for me. And we just progressed into doing gigs and built up a fan base to the point where we were filling Burnley Mechanics.
Right,
we did a headline slot there and sold out, We used to make our own demo tapes.
Yeah.
So me and Carl used to record a lot at home. So we used to do a lot of home recording, like all the time. We're talking probably every other day we were recording something. And that started my love of home recording. It started his love of recording. I mean, he's head of music now at Burnley College.
Yeah.
So he's gone that direction. I've gone into the direction of having my own business,
Standalone.
Yeah. So I've lost track now, Andy.
Well,
I need you to ask
well,
me a
yeah.
question.
I mean, I think we picked up when we had a chat previously before we were decided we'd sit down and do this, and we were kind of talking around the 14-track album you were recording, and we kind of went from there. Then I think that was around 2002, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. That was the last album that. So
you will have been 22. So
22.
that's your kind of education years, and then as you went out there into the big, wide musician's world.
Kind of. When I was younger, all I ever wanted to do, all I have ever wanted to do is music. That's all I've ever wanted to do: create music, make music, perform music, and I never really had the full confidence in my 20s just to do that. I ended up getting a job, obviously, because music doesn't pay when you're young.
No.
Unless you get signed, which we did, and it was going okay. But because I just wanted to do music, I was prepared to risk just doing music, you know. But the other members of the band weren't. Yeah. And it's okay, you know, that's fine. I can appreciate that. But at the time, I didn't understand why. It really challenged me, did that, you know.
Because they wanted to eat and have shelter, baby.
There you go, and I wasn't bothered. I'll just play music.
I'll sleep under the stars.
Sleep under the stars with my electric guitars.
Yeah.
So, and we all got girlfriends, and so that disrupted things, which it does when people get into new relationships, you know, it changes the dynamics of things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, I ended up getting a job, which in a primary school as an RT technician.
Very good.
And for the following, literally right up until, we're given a few little breaks and strange little breakdowns, literally up until May this year, 2018, I was an RT technician in a primary school.
Yeah.
Parallel with this music career that I've been forging for the last 15 years, you know.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm really grateful. But it's never, you're never too old to achieve your dreams. And I just thought in May, I'm like, you know what? I'm not getting younger.
Yeah.
I could have done this.
We're definitely not getting younger.
No. I could have done this years ago. I could have done it years ago and been successful at it, because I feel that I've got the experience and creativity and skills to just, you know, knock out a tune pretty quick that's of a good quality. It's not rubbish. I mean, obviously everyone's opinion is different, but it's, you know, it's decent music in my opinion. I can bosh stuff out well.
Have you always felt like that though, or do you think age has brought that you're a little less perfectionist or anything like that, where, and that's why you didn't take the leap when you were younger?
No, I've always felt that I'm able to produce things that are original and stand out. Yeah. And looking back on the band, you know, the things we used to produce, same goes for Carl. We used to work together so well. Yeah. The stuff we produced was pretty out there, you know, pretty experimental. We weren't perfectionists at all. Yeah, yeah. We'd just create crazy...
Maybe I'm projecting onto you a little bit there.
We'd just create crazy recordings. Does it sound perfectionist, my current stuff, would you say?
Well, I think it sounds very natural and free and organic, I guess it would be the best way I'd describe it.
Because I can be quite pedantic, but not specifically with music. More
I just think sometimes perfectionism, the reason I brought that up is just we were talking about kind of going it alone and you were willing to sleep under the stars. Sometimes maybe there's something behind that you're not quite ready to just... I mean, I've been in a position of writing where if it isn't as good as the last song I wrote, or that's how I feel, then it's going in the bin. And then before you know it, you've wrote 100 songs, but you've got none. Because 99 of them are all in the bin. Yeah. And that was me, though. So I just
I've never done that.
No, great, brilliant. Maybe you can pass that trait on to me.
Always had a real high sense of quality control. Is massively important, you know. If something's not going well, or if you don't feel like it's going well, then you don't put work into it.
Yeah, move,
You know,
move,
you move
around
on.
it and wait for something else.
Yeah, you move on, but we just used to just the best songs just come out. You know, you just don't think about it. You don't need to go, oh man, what do I do now? You just go for it. You know, just go for it like you do in life. Go for it.
Yeah, that's that's nice to hear. I think it's a good message.
Because we didn't care what people think. I don't care what people think even now. You know, if I'm writing a song for a client now, like I may be writing a song for someone's wife's birthday or something, like that, or the song for Edward that I did. Yeah. About
tell us a bit about that.
All right. So I was at a networking event and I met Elizabeth D, who'd lost her son to meningitis and sepsis like 18 months previously to us meeting. Yep. So she set up the Edward D Fund in his memory. Nice. She lives in Lytham, so it was a way of raising awareness of sepsis, which is nowhere near the awareness that we need, to be quite honest. I've only come to learn that from meeting Liz and writing the song. Yeah. So we met at this networking event, and I basically, whilst I was giving my 60-second elevator pitch to the room, which is so pretentious, but you've got to do it, don't you?
Well,
you've got to do these things in business.
There seems to be a demand, and it's kind of, there's something inside you saying, I don't want to do this, but it's what
so,
people
you know what, just forget it.
You know?
I've got lots of potential customers in here, so I gave my 60-second elevator pitch. It really struck a chord with her, and I'm really glad because she came over after and we were having a chat, and I just thought, you know, this is exactly in line with what I'm aiming to do and what I'm setting out to achieve with the songwriting companies. Meet people who want songs for people they've lost, you know. And obviously the circumstances in which she lost her son were quite very harrowing. So we met up for coffee and we had a chat about him, and I wanted it to be like a really lovely memory of him. I didn't want it to be some depressing sad song, you know. He wasn't like that in life. He was a very vibrant young lad.
So it's a celebration and personable.
Completely. I wanted to embody him in a song, you know, which is what I want to do with people who've lost their loved ones. I want to embody who they were in a song, because you can't really do that after they've died. Or you've got a photographs, or, you know, you might have a few letters that they've written. So you've got the writing, which is always a really powerful thing. Yeah. But you don't really have anything to embody the life. And music's so powerful, and it's filled with such emotion, and, you know, it's beyond words. And that's it was such an honour to write this song about Edward. So we pushed it so much on Twitter. We got support from Matt Lucas, who he's kind of a fan of my music anyway, which is pretty cool. Yeah,
very cool.
It's pretty cool, and Lee Francis, he was sort of retweeting it, and we had retweets from Jason Watkins and Fern Britton and lots of other, you know, quite high-profile celebrities and famous folk who just really supportive.
Which is what you need to get the message out there, isn't it?
Completely,
yeah.
I mean, if we'd have got
awareness.
If we'd have got a PR company, it would have done even better. But because the charity didn't have lots of money, they couldn't invest in that, so we just did it ourselves.
Why use a PR company if you've got good people like that around?
There you go. Yeah. There you go. So it got to number 7 in Amazon charts.
Nice.
So technically, I'm an Amazon bestseller.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so that's good for me pricing structure. I'm only joking. Good for my reputation.
Joking in part.
Yeah. Hashtag joking, not joking.
Still bills to pay.
There you go.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Brilliant. So, where are you kind of at now today, this week?
This week, I was approached by a guy who wants a song for his wife.
Okay.
Because she just doesn't like material things.
Yeah.
So he was wondering, what can I get her? And he saw a post that I made on LinkedIn, which is it's been so powerful for my business. I completely underestimated LinkedIn until recently. So he saw a post I made and he got in touch. So I'm kind of in the process of drafting up the lyrics
Very
for that
good.
at the moment. So that's always
So
a
what's
nice thing.
what's the process? I mean, people can see that
Yeah.
on your site, but let's talk about the process. So this guy wants a song for his wife. He
So
gets in touch.
Yeah,
you know, do
he
you
gets
have a
in
meet?
touch. So we organised an online meeting because he was like out of my area, I suppose, if you want to call it that. So we did an online meeting and we had a chat online about his wife, and I'd sort of basically we'd talk about her. I'd ask him questions about her, a little bit like what we're doing, I suppose, and then I'd write down what he was saying, you know, about her and key emotional things. I like to try and get emotion out of people, you know, because that's the most important
You
part.
just like getting people to cry.
I
don't
do,
you?
and it's really important. But it's really hard if you're talking to a stranger, especially.
Yeah.
I know I'm not being. It's not sexist or anything, but if it's man to man, getting the emotion out of the other bloke generally is quite difficult because
Especially
men-
on a first meet.
on a first meet,
Yeah.
because men in general don't really emote as much as they could, you know, and it is a problem in society, I have to admit.
Well, we're seeing that now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to get him to talk about her a bit more intimately was slightly difficult, so I had to send it questions.
Did he get
back.
nervous and go for the door? And you were like, "You're staying.
Yeah, I pulled him back.
This is good for you."
Put my hand in the screen. pulled him back. But I mean, if someone approaches me, then that's what they can expect. They can expect me to pull at the heartstrings and really get deep and intimate with them. You know?
Well, how can you cup of tea, chat,
and
get some lyrics out
Yeah.
of them? I mean, there's no other way to write a song about somebody that's gonna connect with them
completely.
other than finding out those moments in life that they have emotively connected with.
Yeah,
I
and I
guess.
get it's like it's quite a therapeutic process too, you know, for the other person and for me.
Yeah,
in
I'm
many
just-
respects.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I wonder, or I don't know if you know, if anybody's ever sat down, gone through that process, and it's kind of they've gone away and thought, you know what, I'm gonna go online, Argos. I'm gonna buy an acoustic guitar. I'm gonna have a go at this.
Well, I did a song for a lady who approached me and wanted a song for a boyfriend. It's funny actually. They were both listening to the radio, and there were Paul McCartney song came on the radio. They were separate. They were separate towns
Yeah,
because they only see each other a few days a week or something, and they were separate. And a song was on the radio, a Paul McCartney song, and he texted her saying, "Oh, there's a song on the radio. It sounds like Jay," and she was like, "That's funny. I'm listening to it right now as well." And she thought, oh, because she knew about my services.
yeah,
She thought, you know what? I'm going to get him. Because he don't want for anything.
yeah,
He don't want for anything. He don't want, again, someone who doesn't want material things. She got in touch, came round. We sat down, had a chat about it. And I suggested that she sang on the chorus because she was telling me that she'd kind of like singing, but she'd never sung in front of anyone,
yeah,
let alone a boyfriend.
yeah.
So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to maybe try and persuade her to sing.
Yeah.
And after busting through lots of nerves, she did it. And she had a really lovely voice.
Yeah, good on her.
It really fit with the song. And when he heard it,
That was it.
made him cry. He
That
were in
was
tears.
it. The floodgates
The
opened.
floodgates were open.
Ka-ching!
But it really helped her confidence.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So coming to me,
There are these powerful moments out there that, I mean, we're being light-hearted about it and rightly so as well.
Oh,
you
of
know,
course,
why
yeah.
be serious about it all the time? But
yeah.
yeah, these powerful moments do. That's how it can come out. And but for some reason, we are all very scared to show that.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, being an impartial person as well in these meetings is kind of good. It's almost like counselling. You get a counselling session.
Music
at the same time.
therapist, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not qualified to counsel people, but
Yeah.
they do get
That's a
something.
disclaimer there.
There you go. Yeah, I'm not a qualified counsellor, but you will get something from it.
But you will get some tears and feel better when you leave.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. So where do you see things things going next? And I mean, how? So let's not go next. Let's go back.
Okay.
Let's go back, because something triggers things in people to make decisions like you've made. You don't just leave, if there is such a thing as a secure job these days, but you don't leave that sense of security.
No.
For no reason. There's a big reason why you want to take steps like that, isn't there?
There is.
What's led you to want to provide that service for people?
So 4 years ago, my grandma died. We were really close.
Yeah.
And a bond like that is very difficult to lose. So obviously, grieving, and we were talking about grief, weren't we? Off mic. But bereavement and grief, they're very powerful things, and they give us that sense of life a bit more than we kind of expected, really. And because I didn't have those moments anymore to share with my grandma, to talk about what I was doing, talk about how music would go in and things, you know, it really hit me quite hard. And the combination of that, and after a funeral there was no like plaque or gravestone or anything to go and pay my respects to my grandma. And it's nobody's fault, you know. My mum and dad obviously didn't want that, so that's fine. But I do. Yeah. And it prompted me to write a song for her, because I was feeling very, you know, deeply emotional about it. So I wrote this song for her called Superman Thief, about her being taken by Superman. And I sat there and I thought, you know, how many other people don't have some way of remembering someone they've lost? You know, did they just scatter their ashes and that's it? Yeah. Do they want something now? Is it the anniversary of someone's death? What, have they got anywhere to go and see them? Or do they just have to sit there and try and remember what they were like, or what the voice sounded like? So I just thought, I just really want to offer a service using these like 15, 20 years that I've got under my belt of songwriting and recording and being in the music industry, releasing stuff, distribution, publishing, all that stuff. Yeah. How can I give that to other people now? And what can I do to make a living from people's deaths? Yeah. You know, because funeral directors...
Or supporting people through that,
so they're supporting me through me supporting them. It's like it's a real giving service that I wanted to provide. And I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I've got 2 kids, I've got a mortgage, but you know what, I'm just going to go for it, because if I don't want to be lying on my deathbed regretting never doing something that in my heart I knew had to happen. You know.
And if you can get things in a place that, you know, you're minimising risks, you know, that you're not going to be sleeping under the stars with your 2 kids, which obviously you're not. But once that's in place, like you say, maybe have a bit of trust in, you know, if you're thinking like that, there's other people out there who want to support you in your aid to support them. And it's just one big circle, isn't it?
It's amazing. Since taking the leap, and I would recommend this to anyone, okay? If anyone who wants to really go for something, they're in a job that they don't like. And so another reason I left my job as well, coupled with that, was just mental health issues. It was affecting my mental health. I really wasn't enjoying being there and not really having time to be creative and write songs. You know,
I mean, it's just for people who maybe aren't. I mean, there's all kinds of situations, but I think people underestimate. They sometimes see creatives and they see their websites and they see some of the gigs they're playing. They're big gigs, and they presume that these people are full time and able to support themselves. And a lot of them are running 2 jobs, 3 jobs. on top of the DJing or the gigging,
Yeah.
and it's a big strain, isn't it?
Oh, it's massive. It's not worth it either.
Yeah.
In fairness, you know.
Yeah.
It's made me realise just how unimportant having money is. At least having expendable income is, you know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they want an expendable income to buy stuff they don't really need.
Yeah.
And we're all guilty of that, most of us at least. And it's okay to go through that, but I've come to realise since going through it, fortune favours the brave.
Yeah. Cool.
And the people that I've met are really supportive. And you can tell they want to help you.
Yeah.
They want to help you make a living from it.
Yeah.
Just by telling people about you
Yeah.
tell people about them, you
Yeah.
know, and it's just this big hodgepodge of support, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Especially business to business. you
Yeah.
know.
Because, I mean, there's enough space for everybody, isn't there?
Completely, yeah.
And if we kind of all just share the cake a little bit, surely we can all cover our overheads and just have those basic, like you said, meet those basic needs and do something that's satisfying and rewarding for you, whatever that be.
Yeah.
You've cracked it.
Yeah.
Surely that's it.
I'd say so. It's distribution of wealth, really.
Yeah.
And experience and...
Yeah, and I don't think it takes as much as people think to find that, because if your environment's good, you love the studio environment.
Yeah.
You're there now. That's your life, and other things fall away that you realised were probably induced by environments you were in that didn't work for you.
Yeah, I mean...
Maybe. Am I surmising or
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really have the answer.
Yeah,
All I
yeah.
can say is, from my own experience, leaving that place on that last day up to now has given me so much more uplifting feelings and given me more focus. I feel more focused. I feel more confident.
Yeah.
I feel happier.
Yeah.
I feel more content.
Yeah.
And things bother me less.
Yeah.
I'm not quite as... I mean, obviously, if I don't get enough sleep, which can be a problem if you're self-employed, because you don't necessarily... Fortunately, I've got to get up to do the school run, so I do have to go to bed. I do have to be disciplined in that.
Yeah.
If I didn't have that, it might be different. I know there's people who are self-employed who don't have children.
Yeah.
And I can imagine that is difficult because you've no one saying you've got to get up in the morning.
Yeah.
You might lie into one.
Yeah.
Just little things like that can
Yeah.
swing it as well. Being self-employed is not a big bed of roses by any means, because every single day I'm kind of like, what the hell's going on now?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do I do? I've got to leave my family
Yeah.
at night time to do a gig or to go to a networking event or something. So,
Yeah.
seeing family balance, again, work-life balance,
Yeah.
that's the new thing.
Yeah, you've got to you've got to be realistic about it, haven't you? I think, and like you say, you've got those routines in your family, and that's a good thing to have in place, I think, isn't it?
Totally, yeah. That's what's giving me that stability, really.
Yeah.
Is the family routine.
Yeah.
Because outside of that is where I do my work. So
Yeah.
it's given me that level-headedness.
Yeah. Yeah. Some space to breathe, I guess.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
From I need to be in the studio, because you don't. I don't know if you've ever been like that. I have, where I need to be in there. I need to be in there.
Yeah.
Just, what?
No.
No.
I need to be in there.
Yeah, it's kind of, but yeah. Oh, okay. So through your own experiences with grief, I guess, you've kind of used that as a springboard. I don't know if it's the right word, but maybe just a way of processing that, and then offering it to other people, which is fantastic, isn't it?
I've always been an empath, so I know if someone's feeling something. I know if someone's sensitive, I'm very sensitive. So again, I wanted to use that somehow to help others.
Yeah.
Because really, we can't really get by in life without helping other people.
Yeah.
Got to help ourselves all the time.
Yeah.
It's okay to be selfish as well. I've come to understand it's okay to be selfish.
Yeah.
Now and again.
Yeah.
There's times where I felt guilty. In the past, I felt guilty for being selfish.
Yeah.
But since becoming self-employed, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to have some kind of selfishness in order to just survive mentally
Yeah.
with what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you do. I mean, you can't help somebody else by causing your own suffering. You've nothing
No.
left to give.
That's right. That's completely right, yeah.
But at the same time, there's a tipping point of the selfishness goes too far, and you will suffer, and the people around you. It's
that's right.
Find me a person that's not trying to find the balance between that.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's about self-awareness. You've got to practice. You've got to learn about it, I suppose. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good to read. I've read a few books and watched a few seminars and subscribed to things over the years that I feel have probably helped me understand myself more.
Yeah.
Than before.
Yeah.
Being younger. So if I'm grateful for everything that's happened. I have to say, I've no regrets at all.
Yeah.
And for example, if I had have jumped into being self-employed in my 20s, I could probably guarantee that it would have absolutely failed dramatically.
Yeah.
And I would have been in the same situation as not going self-employed,
Yeah. Yeah, there's always that, isn't there, that, maybe things come to us at the right time.
Yeah, I'd say they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can spot it.
When we're ready.
Yeah, totally, when we're ready.
But only just about.
Yeah.
So that you're still kind of hanging off the edge of the cliff, maybe.
Yeah, every
but
day.
Maybe that just keeps us strong.
With your kids clambering onto you whilst you're on the edge of the cliff, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about therapy and things like that, and mental health's a concern, and these things obviously interest you.
Yeah, they do.
So how do you feel?
In what respect?
I guess in respect to kind of where we're at. You work within the community.
Yeah.
Somebody recently at a speech I was at was saying that 1 in 2 GP visits is now related to mental health.
Yeah, it's a bad time for mental health. Or are we just becoming more aware of mental health? I'm not sure which it is. Or people feel more confident to step forward because of mental health issues. I don't really know.
Yeah.
If anything's... It's like that with most things for me. Since the
chicken and the egg, kind of.
Since the dawn of the internet, I'm not sure if it's whether, there are more of this because we're more aware of it now. Whether it's always been that way.
Yeah.
I think people may have always had mental health problems. And I don't know if the ratio is any more or less than it ever has been. I can't say that. We can only base it on what we see, and the awareness makes people become more self-aware and think, oh, maybe I do have a mental health problem.
Yeah,
maybe I'll go and get it checked out.
There's another way of looking at it as well, that if the numbers are so high, I mean, if that's suggesting that, we've got 50-50 ratio there.
Yeah.
How many people aren't talking about it like that?
Yeah.
But it's rooted there. And then you think it's a mental health problem, or is it the human condition? That's that unfortunately there's nothing wrong. It is this hard.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah. I don't want to minimise, or it's, certainly we need to look at it as a problem to try and alleviate and soften the effects of it without a doubt.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting otherwise, but I just think it's scary, isn't it?
It is scary, and I mean, it's possible we're just not given the opportunity to practice self-awareness. So we tend to lose ourselves in Facebook and
Phones.
social media. And there's nothing wrong with social media
Nope.
at all. But I feel it can contribute to mental health problems in the fact that you may read more negative comments, not necessarily news articles, but comments from people which they wouldn't normally say. So if someone's feeling a bit fed up, they might post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
You read it and go, ugh. But it's just that tiny little chip away, that tiny little piece of negativity that combines when you see lots of people maybe commenting in a negative way about something, like a news issue, for example.
Yeah.
You'd never be in a room with 30 people discussing a news article under any circumstance other than social media.
Yeah.
Same goes for Twitter, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the big thing at the moment is Donald Trump, innit? Donald Trump, you've got Donald Trump, you've got Palestine, which is a major thing. You've got a lot of world issues, like you've got mental health issues on top of having mental health issues.
Yeah.
You've got obesity, you've got a lot of self-image things going on. And it all just cascades into this problem, really.
Because then you also get people feeling that they need to respond to that. Which then begins to layer it, and people feel they have to. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know, but we're kind of caught in this trap of continuously responding to everything.
That's right, yeah.
That we come across. Whereas maybe there's some truth in letting things pass and just concentrating on where you are.
Yeah.
And.
I mean, I'd never like to dictate to anyone what they're supposed to do, you know, because we're all on our own journey, aren't we? We're all experiencing the world through our own eyes.
There's one thing, Jay, that I struggle with. People with their phones and you'll be sat there and they're on the phone. I really struggle with it. Yeah. But I am absolutely aware that there's periods that I go through that I can't put the thing down. Yeah,
I'm guilty of that.
And it almost seems... that once I've tackled that and I'm making a conscious effort, it becomes magnified.
Yeah, it's almost like this might sound weird, but it's almost like seeing what is going on in someone else's head. If you could see someone's thoughts, it would look like them being on the phone.
Yeah,
it's like you're almost there. You're almost what they're thinking.
Yeah,
and if the only way to do that is to check the Facebook page, because they're not going to tell you while they sat across from you. They're just going to post it on Twitter or Instagram or something.
It's crazy, isn't it? How many people sit in their living room on an evening? They've probably got the TV on. They've probably got a tablet. They've probably got a laptop.
Yeah.
And a phone all going at the same time.
That's probably a typical household.
Yeah, and no wonder our minds are busier. It's.
I mean, I think it's just part of our evolution. To be honest, we're going through everyone. I mean, I believe when kids get ill, you know, they're growing.
Yeah.
A child gets ill, it's because they're growing. I'm not talking terminal illness, but you know, in some respect, it's almost like we are always evolving all the time, and collectively we're evolving, and we will never see how until we look back. You know, we're in it, and that's all we can do. And I just want to provide a service where people have a sense of reassurance that they are human and they've got emotions that they can feel, and music really brings that out of people, because we're bombarded with shit music quite often. Music that has no soul, really. Yeah. Music that doesn't have much emotion. It's just donking along, and people are just all being all hedonistic about it, you know.
Yeah. It's important, isn't it? The narrative that we put to our past, I guess.
Yeah.
It is, like you say, naturally takes time to be able to frame those negative or tough things. When that time comes, it's usually too late to learn the lesson.
Yeah.
But you've still got to find something to take from it, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I guess, I think it's a fantastic service that you offer to for people to be able to do that. It's good.
I mean, I kind of,
Fair play.
as a businessman, which seems weird to say, but it's
Yeah.
true. As a businessman, I'm always tentative about telling other people that it's a really good thing, because I'm like, oh, they'll do it too.
Yeah.
But I kind of want that to happen. I want more people to be offering that service, really, as long as it's through the songwriting company.
And you get your cut.
I mean, eventually, I am looking for global arms of it, to
There you go.
get people in different countries to take it up and do it under the banner of the songwriting company. Almost like I don't like the term franchise. It's a bit corporate. I don't want it to go corporate.
Yeah.
I always want it to be
It's got
a
the
humble,
essence.
organic
Yeah. The
thing.
essence is the service, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with growth,
That's right, no.
but you've got to not lose the ethos.
Yeah, it don't have to be visible. You don't have to say, oh yeah, this company's grown and we're generating this revenue. It doesn't matter really, as long as people are getting the service, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You don't have to be all like glitz and glamour and all, balls out like Coca-Cola or Pepsi or these big like Adidas. The big, the major companies are always advertising your face all the time.
Yeah, wherever you go.
Yeah, I'd like to have a company that grew as big as them without people really seeing it all the time, just knowing that it's there.
Yeah.
It's not it's not in your face
Why
all
the
the
hell
time.
not? Yeah.
Why the hell not? Do it almost like an underground multi-million-pound business that's helping people across the world.
Yeah.
Not just selling them a product, it's selling them an experience that could potentially change their lives,
Yeah. You're giving them access to self-therapy, aren't you, I guess? Because if they do one session and think that feel it's worked for them, then they can potentially just not come and see you, and as long as and use those strategies themselves.
Yeah.
And I know, what kind of guy you are. Like you've said, you're not bothered about that. They've got the service, they understand it.
Yeah.
And if they go away and they've benefited from it, and then job done.
Job's totally done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's 7 billion people out there.
Yeah, and growing.
Yeah. So why be chasing? It's all about that interaction, isn't it, with that individual or group of people.
I just kind of hope it brings people together as well, because a song can be very unifying.
Yeah.
So if I had a client and I wrote a song about their loved one and they had a big family, they'd all want to hear the song and they'd connect with the song and then they'd show their friends the song.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you've got like a lot of people who are all connected by one thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know people are connected by people who've died, but when they've died, they're not here anymore in any form really, other than like photographs or some people leave a legacy, don't they? Some people may have a business or
I'd say everybody leaves a legacy, but I know what you're saying.
But it's not solidified. It's not something you can listen to. It's something I really want to have more of, really, for people.
This is good. This is 43 minutes we've been talking about things that make people cry. I mean, where do you want to go from here? I just want to give you your voice, I guess. I mean, we made all these notes. We had a chat. We've not talked about that, but I think I prefer what we've talked about.
Yeah,
I like
it. It's nice. It's where I'm at now. I mean,
which is the important thing, isn't it?
For example, my career and all the things I've done, I've never been comfortable fully talking about it. It's nice to have a story, which I have a story about why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Yeah. And all the things I've done in the past. If people want to know about me in the past, they can find out information. They can find out who I've supported and what radio stations I've played on and all that malarkey, But to me, what I'm doing now is a reflection of all that. Yeah. What I can produce now. You listen to a song that I may write and record and release now, that really is my entire career embodied. Yeah. Currently, at least. and I hope people enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah.
I enjoy making it.
Yeah, which is brilliant. I mean, I mean, we'll go quickly back to that. I mean, you know, you did was it 2012? There's a remix album.
Yeah, that was funky.
Yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about that? I mean, I guess we've got another 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
You know,
I don't think it really got the attention it deserved, to be quite honest. And I'm not sure how the artists felt on there, but it had remixes by like Martin Carr from the Boo Radleys.
Yeah.
Who I love that guy. I did a gig in when I was touring Lovism, my album. He came to the gig in Wales because he lives in Wales, and
I've only been to Wales once.
well, I've been a fan of the Boo Radleys since I was like 15, 16, like a long time, and they still, I still love them right to this day. So, for Martin Carr to come to a gig, give me a hug, and invite us to his house for bacon butter, was just beyond anything that I could have possibly imagined, you know.
Yeah.
He invited us, so Rob were with me as well, so he like invited us into his home, you know, with his children, and met his lovely wife and everything, and it was just wow. This is how you meet your idols, really. Yeah. Innit? That's
which
the
is
best
nice.
way.
Yeah, definitely. That's a nice story, isn't it? That, you know, you've not met and then, oh my God, it was horrible.
Yeah.
You know, like
worst guy I've ever met. No, and so he remixed one, which was absolutely brilliant. And he wanted me to sing a few of his tunes at one point. He got me to work out some harmonies for him. Right. Which was it's quite an honour. Yeah. He was asking me to do harmonies. So that was really like an amazing experience. So he did a remix, and then Tim Dorney did a remix from Republica. Yeah. So he wrote all tunes for Republica. I mean, he's put us up in his house. We were looking at his discs on the wall, you know, his like gold discs, platinum discs and stuff for Republica, and his synth room, and absolute legend is Tim Dorney. Yeah. And by trade, he's a painter and decorator. There you go. Absolutely loves that. Yeah. More than playing music. Yeah. It's like the other way around for him. Yeah, yeah. It's like his job is the band and his love is the painting and decorating, you know, as he makes a living from that. Yeah, I wonder if it's a case of, you know, the brain needing a little bit of everything. Step out of the creative and kind of just get into the more labour sort of physical, kinesthetic, kind of just let that creative mind just settle. Maybe. Maybe a bit Mr. Miyagi wax on, wax off moments. Maybe. Yeah, sorry, carry on. Reminds me of a joke. What does Karate Kid do? Karate Kid do after he's waxed on? Wax off. Anyway, so Tim Dorney did a remix, and then there was Nigel Clark from Dodger. He did a remix. Cool. And there was a few other. So there's James Atkins from EMF. He did a couple of remixes, and we released a couple of singles that he did. So this was all through White Label Music. Now, to be fair, they were really good at pulling people together and putting stuff out and everything. So I was really grateful for my time with them. It's just a shame they didn't put Gobstopper out, but I think they'd spent enough money and they didn't want to spend any more, which is totally fine with me. Yeah. You know, at least the money wasn't coming out of your pocket. No, it wasn't actually, which I'm really grateful for too. Yeah, yeah. Because a lot of bands it does. Yeah. You know. Yeah. So yeah, that were cool. Good album, that. Yeah. So what? Unwound, it's called. Unwound. I was going to say, can people get hold of that? They can. It's online to buy. Yes. Oh, right. Stream it on Spotify as well, I think. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Plug that a little bit. And my dad will like this. You supported. Was it the Isle of Skye? Isle of Wight. Isle of Man. Isle of Man. Go on. Well, the Mark and the Mechanics. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That one's for you, Dad. I supported Mark and the Mechanics. Yeah, cool. At the Villa Marina on the Isle of Man. That was bizarre. the morning of the gig, I went with the promoter to the airport to pick him up.
Yeah.
So I went to the airport to pick up Mike Rutherford and his band. It was just like, what? And like Roachford was in the band at that point as well.
Was it kind of a surreal moment that was
I didn't know
out of body experience?
I didn't know what was going on. I thought,
Yeah.
like, hang on a minute, it's Mike Rutherford and Roachford. What the hell? This is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
So we picked him up, and I'm sat in car with bass player and Mark. Oh no, I was sat in car with Roachford, I think, who were in front, and bass player in the back. And the promoter lost the car parking ticket, so we couldn't get out of the car park. And he was chasing the ticket across the car park so that we could get out. It just blew up. It appeared out of nowhere. It just blew into view. So it was absolutely. He were buzzing about that. So he ran and got this ticket. And we dropped him off at a golf club. And then that night, I just kept thinking, "Oh my God, I'm supporting Mark and the Mechanics tonight." So
Sleepless night?
Oh man, it was all in the same day.
Oh.
So I was just absolutely bricking it. So
Yeah.
I ended up being backstage and looking at the flight cases with Genesis written on them. I did touch them.
I am guilty.
I might have rubbed them as well, thinking about Peter Gabriel. So that was literally before I went on, and I went out and it was all the lights were in my face. I'd set everything up for sound check. I played piano that night too, which were nice. So I'd set everything up for sound check, and I went out onto the stage, and I was looking out thinking, I can't see anything. This is an auditorium. This is huge. So I just went up to the mic and I said, "Hello." And there was just this sea of voices came back at me like, "Hello, hello," and little claps and stuff. I did my thing and it went down really well.
Brilliant.
And I sold a few albums, and then I went into audience to watch Mark and the Mechanics. They were absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
They were really, really good. Really good.
Very good.
So watched their set, and then after we just kind of had a chat in the dressing rooms and wandered down the front. I was talking to Mark Rutherford about whether we were still in touch with Peter Gabriel, and we went and had beef and chips. It was well good.
Beef and chips with Mike and the Mechanics.
At midnight.
Excellent.
Oh, great.
You did you not call in to this morning? You sat with your what happened there?
Oh me, oh my. Philip Schofield. Have you ever heard of Periscope?
No.
It was like a live streaming app.
Oh, all right.
So Philip Schofield had a live stream of a dripping tap in the dressing room.
Oh, okay.
Because someone had done a live stream of a puddle outside somewhere, and it had thousands and thousands of visitors and people commenting. So he thought, oh, why not? I'll do it as well. So the viewers were logging into the stream, myself included, and basically commenting on it. So I started commenting on how long it was between drips of this tap. And they happened to mention it on the show. It's like, oh, we've got viewers. One's even mentioning the time it takes between drips, which is interesting. Never expected that, but it's quite amusing. Keep it coming. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to write a song about this because that'll be well funny. So I had my little girl, because I'm on maternity leave.
Yeah.
I had Isla with me. She was on like, she must have been 6 months or something, maybe younger. So I bombed it into my studio, set my phone up, and I sat down at my piano, and I just literally started playing and singing to the camera. And when I'd finished it, I just uploaded it to the RTV. I sent it via email, I think. Uploaded it to YouTube, sent in the link, said, I've written a song about the dripping tap. And then I had to go out. So my wife came and we went out, and we were at a farm shop in Skipton. And I started seeing all these messages on my phone from people like, you're on telly. I go, what's going on? Because I'd forgotten what I'd done. And because it was only a minute. So I didn't think how it was going to come of it. And I put on replay, and it's like, what the hell? They've bloody played it. Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby are saying my name. So they loved it, and it made the best bits.
Brilliant.
So they ended up playing it again at the end on the best bits and put it all over Facebook, and I was buzzing about that.
Again, who says music has to be serious?
There you go, you see.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So a couple more minutes, and just I think we've got the heart of what you're about and what your company's about.
Yeah.
The service you want to provide. Obviously, you're happy to hear from people, and you'll sit down, chat, see if you can do anything with them. Talked a little bit about your previous music career.
Yep.
Your career outside music. What do you want to end on? Because like I've said to everybody, it'd be really cool to kind of get a bunch of people, meet up every, 6 months, see how things are progressing for people, see what kind of opportunities are coming the way, what challenges, what new projects, because things develop, don't they?
Oh yeah, they do, yeah.
And that'd be nice. So what do you want to end on today?
I mean, ultimately, I'm looking for a team
Mm-hmm.
for my songwriting company
Mm-hmm.
of just different skill sets, things that I can't really do,
Mm-hmm.
like programmers and...
Programmers for what?
Programmers,
just in case anybody's listening.
Yeah, so programmers basically to develop an idea that I've got to basically for the future of the songwriting company.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure whether to go into too much detail about
Yeah,
it
you don't have to.
on here because nobody's done it, and
Yeah.
I don't want to be like closed and protective of my idea, but
Keep it.
yeah, I need to meet the right people, really.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for people who have skills in mixed reality and virtual reality,
Okay, yeah.
and also people who've got app developing skills,
Cool.
and people who are, PR as well. It is important for me. I can do a certain degree of PR myself,
Yeah.
but I feel like I do need someone to like basically join a team who's good at PR, who can push out the services that I'm offering, really.
And as we said earlier, you don't want to be overspending time on social media and through those avenues.
No.
It's draining, isn't it?
It can be, yeah. I do enough.
I feel so for creative people. I think one, it can be disheartening.
Yeah.
Two, it can be draining.
Yeah.
And it's the service, isn't it, and the songwriting that's
Totally.
the aim.
So, in an ideal world, I want to just basically have a team finding clients for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of and helping to develop this idea too. So I basically need to find celebrants and independent funeral directors, people who are involved in wills and probates, and also people who may be coming up to an anniversary of someone's death, who wants a really deep, sensitive way and a different way to remember them.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of people I'm after meeting. So if they want to get in touch with me, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm sure you are going to hear from plenty of people. Yeah, anything else, or shall we leave it there for today? And I will see you in 6 months.
Just my website, maybe.
Yeah.
thesongwritingcompany.com.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if people want to, have a look, it's just thesongwritingcompany.com for my songs for, bereavement, and I do company branding songs as well, like jingles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's all part and parcel of the songwriting and recording side of things. My main push is for bereavement and grief, and I'm also looking for people who work in hospices.
Okay.
So I can help people who want to leave something for the loved ones, who want to leave a legacy in song for the loved ones, or some kind of audio story or something.
Yeah. It's cool. There's something that's it's just triggered a little something there. where it's primary kids now visiting homes for the elderly
homes,
and just lifting things, let's just say, and it's kind of reminding me of that a little bit. I can see you in there with a guitar making people get out of their chairs, and I can see that.
Be lovely.
Yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. Music's really powerful. So powerful.
Yeah, it is. It can take you everywhere, can't it?
Completely, yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, even death metal.
Yeah. Yeah, not that I've never one genre I've never.
They've done studies with music. I can't remember his name. May have to research it. He's a Japanese researcher who tested freezing water based on music and positive or negative things that were aimed at it. And he found that sort of like gentle music, classical music, things like that, when it was vibrating the water and freezing it, was creating these beautiful patterns. But when they did it with like crazy raucous music, like dissonant music, death metal, things like that, it was this like really horrible pattern when it was frozen. But they say because our bodies are made up of
70%.
predominantly water, those vibrations really matter.
Yeah.
They really matter for our health.
Yeah.
I'm not saying people shouldn't listen to death metal, obviously, because if you're a fan of death metal, that's amazing. But it can have a negative effect on your physical well-being.
Yeah, everything affects everything. Doesn't it? So, yeah. So are you telling me to get into it or stay away from it?
Maybe just dabble in it,
but just
might not make you feel very good after. You never know.
Yeah, I'll stay with something a bit lighter, I think.
Yeah, stick with a bit of Sufjan Stevens or
Mike and the Mechanic.
Oh, Mike and the Mechanics, yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, I think we'll leave it there, mate, for
Cheers.
today. But Jay Stansfield, thank you.
No worries. Nice talking to you.
Brill. Take it easy.
See ya.